Hello guys, Sabanya speaking. And do you remember my last video I told you I'm going to upload a focus dissection for the B banner supply? I forgot to upload a video for that one because I got a little bit lazy. I'm so sorry. So anyways, in this video I would like to talk about the upcoming A supply for the focus supply that will drop on January 11. So for the featured stuff we have here Bows of Hell and Schrodinger band set. So Bows of Hell, this one is pretty much there for looks. This one is actually the dedicated weapon for Ritual Imayo, but turns out that this one is not as good as its other counterparts like Mjolnir, Thunder Kikaku, Jingwei Wings, Tranquil Arias. I think even the second relic is much more useful than this one. So this one is basically just another Honkai crystal in my opinion. And for the featured Stigmata set, we have here the Schrodinger band set. In the C server, this was released during the time Ritual Imayo was first released in the C server. This one feels like dedicated Stigmata set for Ritual Imayo, but this could also be used by Knight Squire and Miko, and pretty much I think Shadow Dash and Chariot can use this one. I'm not pretty sure, but this one works pretty well on most physical damage Valkyries. So operate stuff, we have here second relic. This one has been debated before. If SP regeneration is what you need, I would recommend you to use DJXY top and bottom and Dracula mid piece. Well, even just DJXY mid and bottom are actually much greater and much better compared to second sacred relic. So this one is also another Honkai crystal here. Next up is Sakura Blossom. So the special dedicated weapon for Miko. So if you want more consistency on your damage output and if you want much faster brand popping, this is for you. But if you want a little bit more bursty damage output like critical damage spikes of some sort, but it's much better to use either Void Blade or third relic. Oh, by the way, Shadow Dash can also use this one. I've almost forgot. Okay, Flint Sonata. This is basically the best missile launcher in the game. So if you have Black Nucleus or you want to power up your Valkyrie Chariot, this one is something you have to keep. Next up here is the 7th Sacred Relic. So this one is basically another Honkai crystal. So nothing much more to say. Just salvage this one. Next up is the Blood Embrace. This is the bare minimum requirement if you're going to use Violet Executor and Luna Kindred. Although for Luna Kindred, you could grab Dracula Top instead, but if you're gonna ask me, pretty much the same. Either of the two, Blood Embrace or Dracula Top, those two are the minimum requirements if you want to use Luna Kindred, aside from the fact that you have to S rank your Luna Kindred. For Celestial Hymn, if you want a alternative to 11 Sacred Relic, you have to grab this one for Celestial Hymn because this one offers much more shield breaking, which translates to much better supportive power for physical Valkyries. And next up here is the Skull and Hari. This is the dedicated weapon for Knight Squire, so obviously you have to grab this if you have Knight Squire. If your Fist of Taishuan is being used by other Fuhuo Valkyries. So next up here is Selene set. So if you are a Jugglemeister just like me back in the day, you can go grab this one, especially if you don't have any other choice for your Shadow Dash in Miko. You can grab this one until you can get better stigmatas like Michelangelo, Plank, Schrodinger Band, and the likes. The next three here are pretty special because the mid piece of these three sets are the most valuable and the most useful out of the other pieces. So Nagamitsu mid, this one is for most lightning damage Valkyries like Shadow Knight, Judah, even Scarlet Fusion. So for Nuwa mid, this one's for the fire damage Valkyries like Flame Sakitama, Sakuna Rondo, and Vermilion Knight. And Siegfried mid, I can't remember what's the effects of Siegfried mid. I can't remember. So overall, this whole banner is pretty much a mixed bag of golden garbage because there's some good stuff here, but there's also a lot of garbage here. So this one is based on what's the contents of this A banner. This one is pretty much like 40 to 45% of getting a good stuff depending on your luck. If you believe your luck sucks on the gacha, I would suggest that you could skip this banner. This one is pretty much pull at your own risk, at the maximum risk possible, because there are a bunch of Honkai crystals here. There's a bunch of stigmata resonators here, so this one is hella risky. Pull at your own risk. I repeat, pull at your own risk with just 45% chance of getting a good stuff here. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, click that like button. If you want to see more content from me, just go hit that subscribe button. Sabanya out.